A Music Composer Job Guide. Chapter 1. A Music Composer Career. Music composition/music composer career. A music composer writes music for pop stars, rock bands, classic groups, orchestras, computer games, software, TV shows, TV commercials, movies, general entertainment, etc. They don't necessarily write lyrics, although they could. They create the music. The composer has the ability to take an idea and create a song, symphony, album, or background music for a TV program, movie, or a live play. Before you can write music, you have to know the language of music, how it's described on a music clef, either a treble clef or a bass clef. Some grade schools offer basic music courses. I learned in grade school by playing an instrument. You can teach yourself, take an online course, or find some kind of local continuing education course on basic music theory. After that, you can take a music composition course. After you have the basics of music composition down, the rest is in your innate talent, passion, and ability to work hard. You can learn enough in several months to start writing your own music. Then after that, the learning never ends because music has infinite possibilities. Some composers work better as teams than solo. One might write the lyrics, the other the music. In order to get steady work in this field, acquaint yourself with record and TV producers, as they are generally the ones who hire the composer. Composers often give tapes of their creation to conductors in the hopes that they will like their music and possibly mentor them through the business. Many musical scores never see the light of day in a public audience. It's just the way it is, the law of supply and demand. Some job possibilities are: create original music for school bands, choirs, theater. Create background TV and movie music. Create music for musicals. Create concert pieces for classical bands and orchestras. Get into music production for bands, enhancing the bare song that they bring you. Score industrial, documentary and entertainment films. Score computer games. Try number 781.3 at the library for books about music composition. Movie score composer/film score composer. Every movie needs a composer to score it. Some dramatic TV shows have background music. Even reality shows have background music. Somebody has to sit in a room, watch a show or movie, then put background music to it minute by minute in synchronicity as they watch it. ASCAP.com. berkeley.edu/careers/film_scoring.html. filmmusic.net. filmmusicdownloads.com. filmscoremonthly.com. filmscoremonthly.com/features/beacomposer.asp. So you want to be a film composer? Findmusicproductions.com. jobs.myspace.com/ms-jobs/list/q-film-co-recomposer. megabronmusic.com/music.html. mixonline.com/sound-for-pictures/facilities/audio_ramus_studio. moviemusic.com. moviemusicuk.us. moviescoremedia.com. netaribution.co.uk/forums, Attribution Film Industry and Movie Forum. scorereviews.com. skillchart.com/careers/music/composer.htm. tvmusic.net. Music composer job websites. bls.gov/oco/ocos095.htm, info about musicians, singers, and related workers. ASCAP.com, the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers. ASCAP.com/resource, book list. become.co.uk/music-composer.html. careerplanner.com/job-descriptions/music-directors-and-composers.cfm. careers.collegetoolkit.com/careers/music_composers_and_arrangers. composersforum.ning.com/forum/topics/the-composer-resource-review. citytowninfo.com/employment/music-directors-and-composers cl.cam.ac.uk/mn200/music/composers.html, classical composer biographies. Composers.la, Forum in Los Angeles. Composersforum.org. earnmydegree.com/online-education/careers/arts-entertainment-sports-and-media/music-composers-and-arrangers.html. edugree.com/careers/music-directors-and-composers. filmmusic.net. futureithm.com, music and audio production techniques, training. iseek.org/careers/career detail $OC=100277, music composers, directors, and arrangers. iwritethemusic.com. karaokeastardvd.com/blog/music-composer-career-skills. meetthecomposer.org, sell books about composing music. mfiles.co.uk/composers/leonard-bernstein.htm. music-composer.ca. path1-title/music-composers-and-arrangers. skillchart.com/careers/music/composer.htm. thebis.variety.com/find/people/about/film+music+composer. webindia123.com/careers/options/music/data/career.htm. womeninmusic.com/career_songwriter.htm. Music composer websites. Composers.com, American Composers Alliance. Composersforum.org, American Composers Forum. AmericanComposers.org. Composersforum.org. africanComposers.co.za/aficomp/index.html, Dictionary of African Composers. Answers.com/topic/John-Williams-composer. AsianCultureLing.net, Asian composers, musicians, and ensembles. Associated.com/article/32828/favorite_movie_themes_by.html, favorite movie themes, 5 pieces by composer Jerry Goldsmith. bso.org, Boston Symphony Orchestra. cl.cam.ac.uk/mn200/music/composers.html, composers. Classical.net. classical.net/music/comp.lst/mussorgsky.php, Mussorgsky. classical.net/music/rep/lists/20th.php, list of significant 20th century composers. classicalarchives.com/composer. classicalmuse.com/composers/brahms.html, Brahms. classicalmuse.com/composers/schubert.html, Schubert. classicalmuse.com/composers/stravins.html, Stravinsky. classicalmus.com composers/debussy.html, Debussy. composerjohnbeal.com. emusician.com. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Benjamin_Britten, Britain. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Charles_Ives, Ives. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Dmitry_Shostakovich. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Fifer_Shalyapin, Fifer Shalyapin. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Henry_Mancini. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Jean_Sibelius, Sibelius. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Joel_Cohen_left musician right, Joel Cohen. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Ludwig_van_Beethoven, Beethoven. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Richard_Wagner, Wagner. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/William_Walton, helix.scstrand.com/acc_jwhp.html, John Williams, hyperion-records.co.uk/artists/fisher-dice-cow.html, Dietrich Fischer dies Ka, jsbach.org, leonardbernstein.com /Bernstein, leosjanacek.co.uk, library.music.indiana.edu/music_resources/composer.html, classical music composers list, mela.bc.ca/McNeil/Nielsen.html, Nielsen, Mozartum.at, International Mozart Foundation, mozartproject.org, musicanet.org, npr.org/templates/story/story.php ?story id =$50098844, musical tributes to the classical composer. Sondheim.com, musical composer and playwright Stephen Sondheim. Sondheim.com, the works of musical composer and playwright Stephen Sondheim. StephenEstrella.com/composers, composers. sul.stanford.edu/departments/music/mla/necrology, composers obituary index. voyager.physics.unlv.edu/webpages2/picgalr2.html, classical composers archive. w3.rz-berlin.mpg.de/cmp/dvorak.html, Dvorak. w3.rz-berlin.mpg.de/cmp/heidenj.html, Haydn. w3.rz-berlin.mpg.de/cmp/mahler.html, Mahler. w3.rz-berlin.mpg.de/cmp/smetana.html, Smetana. zappa.com/what's-new/index.html, Zappa. Music composer organizations. American Society of Composers, Authors, Publishers. 1900 Broadway. NYC 10023 to 7004. 212-621-6000. ASCAP.com. American Society of Composers. Authors and Publishers/ASCAP. 2 Music Square West, Nashville, Tennessee 37203. 615-742-5000. ASCAP.com. American Guild of Authors and Composers. 40 West 57th St. NYC 10019. American Composers Alliance. 170 West 74th Street. NYC 10023. 212-362-8900. Composers.com. American Society of Music Arrangers and Composers, ASMA. POP 11. Hollywood, California 90078. 213-658-5997. asmac.org. American Society of Music Copyists. ASMC. Box 2557. Times Square Station. NYC 10108. 212-586-2140. American Federation of Musicians of the United States and Canada. 1501 Broadway. Number 600. NYC 10036 to 5501. 212-869-1330. AFM.org. American Composers Alliance, ACA. POB 1108. NYC 10040-0814. 212-568-0036. Composers.com. American Composers Forum. 75 West 5th Street. Number 522. St. Paul, Minnesota 55102-1439. 651-228-1407. Composersforum.org. Broadcast Music Inc. 7 World Trade Center 250 Greenwich Street, NYC 10007-0030. 212-220-3000. BMI.com. Film Music Society. 1516 South Bundy Drive, number 305. Los Angeles, California 90025-2683. 310-820-1909. info@filmmusicsociety.org. filmmusicsociety.org. International Alliance for Women in Music, IAWM. IAWM.org. New Music USA. 90 Broad Street, number 1902. NYC 10004-2277. 212-645-6949. info@newmusicusa.org. newmusicusa.org. Society of Composers Inc. Box 687. Mineral Wells, Texas 76068-0687. societyofcomposers.org. Society of Composers and Lyricists. 8447 Wilshire Boulevard, number 401. Beverly Hills, California 90211-3209. 310-281-2812. thescl.com. Society of European Songwriters. Authors and Composers. 10 Columbus Circle, NYC 10019. 212-586-3450. Songwriters Guild of America, SGA. songwritersguild.com.